Hello and welcome to the video for this year's Synergy look. I'm in the middle of putting on some eye primer so that these eyeshadows actually show up, which is something that I suggest you do, so that, you know, they'll show up, they'll stay, and look good. Okay, that's all blended in. Alright, so next, I'm going to take the lightest shade in the palette and dip in on my fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to set the primer. That's what we're all about here. Okay, so now the primer's set. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I think I'm going to take this shade and this shade and this shade, and they're all shimmers, and I hate it, but it's okay. We're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, so it's on a fluffy brush, so you can blend it in your crease. Yes. Okay. So let's do that. Okay, so I've kind of built it up a little bit, and you can kind of see it, but it's not good enough for on stage, even for, like, you know, in your crease. But that's okay, because I think it's a little bit too pinky for my taste, and so I want to make it more cool tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this purple, because, you know, purple's cool tone, and I'm going to dip my brush in there, and then I'm going to go over my crease with that also. So, you know, like this. And everything's going to be fine. Just going to blend that all out. Okay, so now this is like too purple for me. So I'm going to kind of go back into this shade and this shade probably, and I'm going to add some more into it. I think the purple was mainly to just cool it down, and then to make it darker because pink is not able to do that, and I don't like the way this is blending, but you know, it's fine. And if y'all do have the money, and you don't have the eyeshadows that are matte that would match this, I would suggest going and picking up something that would match this. But first I would try the look with the shimmers first, and then, you know, you do the shimmer eye, and then you do this eye, and then match as best you can. So yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to try to blend this purple out on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same light shade that we used at the beginning, this one, and put it right on top to blend out the edges up here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. See if that worked at all. Worked well enough, it just irritates me that it's shiny. LOL. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take, you know, a brush, and I'm going to dip into the darkest shade that we have down here. It's like a bluish black, and I'm going to take it on the brush, and then I'm going to, like, put it mostly on the outer corner right there. And then what the black is also going to do is it's gonna kind of go in the crease, not too much because you don't want it to be like super duper dark, but I think it'll also like tone down how purpley pink it is. God. This is a mess, you guys! This is a mess! Oh my god! Let me get a different brush. Okay, so I just got a clean brush because that one, I don't know. So I'm dipping into the black again and trying my best to get some kind of pigment off of it. Can you tell I'm salty? I am. I'm like really not happy. Oh, I'm like patting this on before I'm sweeping it to try to get the color, but it's not coming out because it's so bad. And it's a shimmer, and shimmers aren't supposed to be blended. Oh, Kenworth. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, so you can see it's it's darkening up a little bit. Okay, which you know you want because you want to be seen from off stage. You know, so I'm just gonna take more because it's still not dark enough for me because it's shimmery and gross. I'm just gonna keep adding it. You know. This looks like a hot mess. Okay. Oh my god. There's an entire patch just like missing from my eye. Like right there. What is that? I'm gonna come back whenever it looks good. Okay, so like I kinda gave up. Like whatever, it's dark enough, right? Right. Okay. So basically what I'm gonna do, so you know, I have the black laid down and it looks like garbage, but it's okay. So I'm gonna go back into like the pinky purple shades that we used before and blend out the top of it so that it doesn't look like a line, you know? Yeah. This looks great. It's probably the best eyeshadow look I've ever done. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen my makeup Instagram, but like, oh wow. None of that even adds up to this. This is like the this is the best thing I've ever done. It's the best thing I've ever done. Ah. Okay. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you guys a matte version that looks like 30 times better than this because these shimmers are not meant to be blended in your crease. Okay. So what we're gonna do next, we're gonna take our liquid eyeshadow, right? Yes. Okay. So you're gonna kind of look down so that you don't have your fold in your eye, you know, your crease. So you're gonna look down so that that is no longer there. And then you're gonna look down in your mirror and you're just gonna kind of swipe it on. Yeah? Kind of make cut crease shape, if you know what I'm talking about. Like a semicircle. Yeah. Now this feels kind of like tingly and like cooling on the eye. So kind of keep your eye not, you know, open. Keep it to where there's not a crease in it. So that it doesn't transfer anywhere. And it won't be a mess. Okay, so now that that is dry, I'm actually going to go in for a second layer so that it's like really opaque. And yes, you do want this to dry down before you go in for the second layer because it's like nail polish, you know. Like, you gotta let it dry down and then you can build it up and it's gonna look pretty and opaque. And yeah, your eyes are gonna look like the star of the show except for the all shimmer crease and outer V and all that, you know. But at least we have Stilo, right? Right? Okay. I'm complaining too much. Like way too much. Okay. Okay. So you may be asking, Tyra, when are you doing the winged liner? Or maybe you're not, but that's fine. So you take your eyeliner. And you take this this edge up to your eye like that. You kind of draw a line following the shape of your eye. I don't know if you can see that. Draw your wing. Draw your line. Yeah? There's a line there now. And then you take it from the top of that and draw a line down. And then guess what? Your wing's mapped out, right? Yeah. I'm gonna come back when it's done. Okay, so I went bold with the wing today. Cool. So what I'm gonna do, because I forgot to do it before, I would suggest doing it before your eyeliner so that you don't blend it away. So you take the brush that you applied the black with, you dip it back in the black, and you go over the outer edge of the liquid eyeshadow so you can kind of blend it better so it's not a harsh edge out here. Yeah, definitely do this before eyeliner because now the glitter... Well, the glitter isn't getting everywhere, it's just that, like, it makes the eyeliner look worse, you know? Okay. So I'm not gonna do this because it's just a tutorial, but, like, I would probably clean up my wing with concealer right here so that it looks really sharp and defined, but like I said, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to. What would I suggest doing for the bottom lash line? Well, funny you should ask. So what I would do is I would take the same pinky purpley colors that we used in the beginning and dip into them with a little brush, okay? And then what I'm going to do, tap off the excess because little brushes tend to be more dense than fluffy ones, and so they're going to put on a lot of pigment. So after your concealer, foundation, whatever powder is done, I would do your lash line and just kind of sweep it on under there, right? Yeah. This looks... Yes. Okay, so now I'm sitting here and I'm like, Tyra, why isn't this showing up on your lower lash line? You're using all the same colors that you did on the top of your eye. And then I was like, Tyra, you're stupid. You should use the other purple and like a little bit of the black so that it actually shows up because these eyeshadows are crap. So that's what I'm gonna do. Is basically go into that other purple shade, into the black, put it down here, balances things out more. Yeah. This looks great. What do we do next? Well, he gave us a retractable eyeliner. So guess what we're gonna do with that? We're gonna take it and put it down in the waterline, like this, to make our waterline black. Cause we're emo. I've never looked better in my life. I look really good. Okay. Alright, so I'm actually gonna show you the result of doing mattes on this eye. So that you can see how much better it is because this looks like poopy. This looks really bad. Okay, I'll be back and I'm gonna show you because it's important. Oh, and I'll tell you what palette I use for the mattes to match in case y'all have the money for it. Okay, so what did Tyra do different on this eye to make her like this eye so much better than this one? Well, obviously I haven't done the eyeliner or anything yet, but it looks so much better because I used mattes, and mattes are actually made to blend, and this looks like middle school Tyra did it. Plus, like, if you use mattes, I feel like the liquid eyeshadow shows up better because then it has something that's like not bouncing the light off of it. Oh my god. Okay, so what palette did I use to make this eye look pretty similar to this eye and look 10 times better? I used the e.l.f. Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette, number 2 in Summer Breeze. And the inside of it looks like that. And I used this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade in my crease, and then used the black. And then, you know, I just did the liquid eyeshadow. And honestly, if you have a liquid eyeshadow that is not the one that he gave us, it'd probably work a lot better too. For example, I have the NYX matte liquid eyeliner. And I feel like it would work much better because I feel like it won't mix with the glitter so much because it's actual liquid and it's not a felt tip. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so this eye's eyeliner is done. Looks much better than the other one, am I right? Yeah? Okay. So for those of you that might be going out to buy this palette, or those of you who might just be using similar mattes, just go into your crease shades again on a smaller brush. Tap off the excess. Put them on your lower lash line. Define your eyes. Make them pretty. Oh yeah. I would probably carve my wing out with concealer at this point too because it would look better. Yep. So I'm just adding that eyeshadow like I said. So I'm adding just the tiniest, itty bittiest, smallest little bit of black on like the outer part of my lower lash line. And I feel like that defines my eyes a little more and I feel attractive. Yay. Okay, so there's one thing. There's exactly one thing that the palette that he gave us is good for. And you know what that is? It has an inner corner highlight. And it looks so sparkly. And I can actually deal with this. So I'm just gonna throw it in there. And I'm gonna look like a little angel. Oh my god, that is blinding. See, that's the only thing that I like. Oh my god. So for girls in Synergy in the future, just coerce him into buying a matte palette because this shimmer palette's a joke. I mean, you can see this side is so much better and like not patchy as compared to this side. Like, so yeah, at this point just do the rest of your makeup, do your mascara, and you'll be good.